Good evening and hello. My name is Renee D. Waring, and I am the founder of Uniquely and Wonderfully Made Ministries. Welcome to you all. A special welcome to the new members of my community. This is Black History Month, and I will be speaking about the African American community and mental illness. The African Americans, otherwise known as the Black community, exists at the intersection of racism, classism, and health inequity. Our mental health needs are often exacerbated and mostly unfulfilled. There is a lack of trust in the medical system due to historical abuses of Black people, like the Tuskegee study, where Black men who had syphilis were left untreated. There is a fear about such abuses will be repeated, which explains why Black people in general do not utilize the mental health care system. Historically, the Black community was and continues to be disadvantaged in mental health because of trauma through enslavement, oppression, colonialism, racism, and segregation. Research shows that traumatic experiences can cause profound biological changes in the person experiencing a traumatic event. The physiological changes are genetically encoded and passed down to future generations. African Americans are disproportionately more likely to experience mental health issues and social stigma because many are impoverished, homeless, incarcerated, or have substance abuse problems. The Black community comprises about 40% of the homeless population, 50% of the prison population, and 45% of the children in foster care. Research shows that exposure to these systems can increase the chances of a person developing mental illness. 40% of the white population who have mental illness are likely to seek treatment for their illness compared to 25% of African Americans. We are more likely to witness or be victims of serious violent crimes. Our children are more likely to be exposed to violence, which can have a profound long-term effect on their mental health. Some religious African Americans see mental illness as a punishment from God for sin. They use prayer as a way to handle stress. There needs to be an increase in the number of African American mental health professionals and a greater cultural competency in those professionals who are already in the field of mental health treatment. Here are 3 tips clients can do to seek out culturally responsive providers. 1. Ask the provider questions about their treatment approach and if they provide care, including one's culture. 2. Seek attention from someone who is aware and affirming of your intersecting identities, social categorizations such as race, class, gender, that are overlapping and interdependent systems of discrimination or disadvantage in your cultural background. 3. Be mindful that some providers do not use methods that involve cultural treatment framework. So ensure your provider is culturally responsive and respectful of your needs and how to infuse these beliefs into treatment. Access to adequate treatment for mental illness is difficult for the Black community for the following reasons. One, many African Americans do not have health insurance. Two, African Americans are less likely to receive an adequate mental health diagnosis and accurate mental health diagnosis. Presently, organizations like Brother, You're on My Mind are making religious and social communities more aware of the mental health needs of its members by educating the members of the communities about mental health, which encourages the community members to acknowledge their own needs. In addition, the organizations provide resources for members who need help. Thus ends my talk for today. It has been a pleasure speaking with you. I hope that you found my presentation both interesting and informative. My website is uniquely, which is spelled Uniquly, and wonderfully made ministries. Once again, .com. My website is uniquely Uniquely and wonderfully made ministries IES.com. Once again, my website is uniquely and wonderfully made ministries IES.com, where we purpose to change the hearts and minds of the public by putting forth evidence to support the assertion that people with mental illness have value. My email address is M as in Mary, I as in ice, the word recovery 74@gmail.com. I repeat, my email address is M as in Mary, I as in ice, the word recovery 74@gmail.com. Feel free to send me your questions and concerns. I am the founder of Uniquely and Wonderfully Made Ministries. My name is Renee D. Worry, and I am the Warrior Warring.